Hi there, this is Kondwani Chirwa back again with another interesting reflection. Have you come across the word, have you ever come across the word Homosaurus? Homosaurus, it's spelled this way, Homosaurus. When I first heard the word Homosaurus, I, I honestly thought it was the name of some prehistoric creature. And I laughed to myself, this can't be real. But to my surprise, it actually exists, not as a fossil, but as a living tool in the world of libraries. So what is it? What is this Homosaurus? It is an international community-controlled vocabulary um, that is designed specifically to catalog and describe LGBTQ plus materials in libraries, in archives, in databases. Um, so think of it as a specialized companion to the Library of Congress subject headings or the CS list of subject headings, but one that fills in the gaps where the LCSH is has historically been outdated, clinical, or even offensive. This matters for us here in Zambia because we are accustomed to using LCSH or the CS list of subject headings, and which have served us well, but they have blind spots. When it comes to LGBTQ plus topics, LCH often forces catalogers into broad or uncomfortable terms like sexual minorities or sexual orientation disclosure, which don't reflect how communities describe themselves. But we all know this. Our job as catalogers is not to endorse content, but to make it findable. We provide access, and access requires that we are respectful and we describe our materials accurately and with clarity. Okay, imagine you are looking or you are researching on non-binary youth. Okay, that topic, that subject, non-binary youth. If you catalog only using the Library of Congress subject headings, that search may bring up nothing because the term isn't recognized there. But if we supplement, if we, in addition to the LCSH, add the Homosaurus, the record is immediately discoverable. That one decision can make the difference between um, isolation and connection, between frustration and discovery. Let me give you some examples. I drew some side-by-side metrics here just to illustrate this point. So for example, where the Library of Congress subject headings uses the term gays, the Homosaurus is more specific. It breaks it down into three different terms: gay men, gay women, and gay people. And where the LCSH uses gender nonconformity, the this community controlled vocabulary uses the term non-binary people. So they're trying to respect themselves. And where the LCSH uses sexual orientation disclosure, the Homosaurus uses that term coming out instead of using sexual orientation disclosure. They want it to sound this way, coming out. Now, it's easy to see the difference in tone. LCSH leans institutional and abstract. Homosaurus leans community driven and human centered. But what about objectivity? Okay, I'll be honest, my first reaction was mixed. As someone shaped by my own cultural and by my own culture and faith background, I wondered, how do I stay objective if I'm asked to use these terms? How do I remain objective? The answer is simple and freeing, because cataloging is about access and not endorsement, like I already alluded to. Think about it. We catalog books on a diverse or on a broad range of subjects. Sometimes we catalog books on witchcraft, books on atheism or Darwinian evolution, books on terrorism or colonialism. But no one assumes that we endorse those subjects. We are professionals who ensure that information is findable by those who need it. The same principle applies here. So how do we move forward? What's the way forward for us here in Zambia? I think we should start by exploring this website, Homosaurus, the Homosaurus website. You can find it on, it's found at homosaurus.org. It's open and it's also easy to browse. And secondly, where possible, we can supplement LCSH with Homosaurus terms for more precise access. Thirdly, we can begin having conversations in our cataloging teams or through professional associations like the Library and Information Association of Zambia about how to handle these vocabularies. And fourthly, and most importantly, we need to remember that our duty is to serve all patrons fairly. We do this by describing resources accurately, even if we don't personally agree with the subject matter. So in closing, discovering the Homosaurus reminded me that librarianship is not static. Just as technology has reshaped our profession, so too must our vocabularies grow to reflect the world we serve. For me, this was not just about learning a new tool, it was about broadening my sense of what it means to be objective, professional, and service-oriented as a cataloger in Zambia. I think we need to start having these conversations in our libraries, and I think this vocabulary should work into our cataloging practices here in Zambia. That's what I think. What do you think? Make your comments or make your thoughts known in the comments below. Thank you once again for watching, and please share your thoughts in the comments. Bye.